Greetings, everybody, from the dank basement. I am Paul Shallbetter, wearing the bathrobe of doom. This is the new bathrobe of doom. The old one had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. And I had to retire it, so it's now enjoying its retirement in the Rice County landfill. And this was a gift from Mrs. Squinty for Christmas this year. Very nice, heavy terry cloth spa bathrobe. It even has a hood. Check this out. Ooh, got the hood. That's great. So what I did this morning is my phone rang at 6:30. Half a ring. So of course I get no caller ID. I had no idea who butt dialed me at 6:30 in the morning. And I got out of bed and I made myself some coffee, took my morning pee, threw on the bathrobe of doom, and here we are. Time for another episodio of Pinch, Witcha, Squinty, a registered trademark. And today I am pitching, I love this, and I'm glad I dug it out. This is Golden Horn from Sir Walter Scott's of England. Sir Walter Scott's Fine English Border Snuff. And this is pretty much a plain tobacco snuff, lots of bright Virginia in this. So it smells very much like a freshly opened pack of premium cigarettes when you open up the tin. In the nose, it's much more complicated than that, much more complex, and incredibly enjoyable. Good nicotine level, easy sniff. Only problem is it does clog your nose a little bit, and you'll need to keep a hanky handy. But there's no real forward drip or throat drip either. It just stays where it's supposed to stay, and you get this tobacco-y, rich goodness up your nose. So here we go. Up yours, Pally. I figured I owed you guys a pinch with your Squinty because I haven't posted for a while, and I will tell you why. No, it just wasn't the Christmas holidays. On the 19th of December, 2022, I had to make a 5-block walk, 5 blocks, to my dentist to get cleaning, checkup, usual stuff. But we had a huge snow right before that date. And apparently, even though it's the law, you're supposed to clean your sidewalk. You're supposed to open your sidewalk, shovel it, get rid of the snow. Used to be that if you didn't, within 24 hours of a snow emergency, the city would come around with a crew, shovel you out, and then charge you some ungodly high price, like $200. That was your fine, basically, for not shoveling your sidewalk. Well, apparently they don't do that anymore. And I left my house. Now I have my sidewalk cleaned every time it snows. I put down $50. And the guy comes with a plow and he plows out my 2-car driveway. And he plows out approximately 250 feet of sidewalk. I live on a corner, and I live in on a really strange lot. It's very narrow. It's like 46 feet, 47 feet wide, and 194 feet long. So it's a long, narrow lot, which means I got a lot of sidewalk. So every time it snows, I pay $50, and a crew comes out with a plow. They clean out my driveway, snow blowers and shovels for the sidewalk. So I leave my house and I'm all happy because I'm walking to the dentist. I like my dentist. I like my hygienist. She's great. And I get down to the end of my property, and here's the neighbor's sidewalk, and it is literally knee-deep with snow. He has not bothered to even try to clean his walk. I get to the corner and I try to cross the street, and there is a snow pile left by the plow that is sternum height on me, right? So I'm trying to climb over this mountain of snow to hopefully find a clear sidewalk on the other side. There was no clear sidewalk. So I walk another block, knee deep in snow. Again, another careless neighbor or 3, who haven't bothered to shovel. Then I cross the big busy street and I get to the other side, and again, 5-foot high mound of snow, can't get over it to get to the sidewalk. I finally get over the mound to try to get to the sidewalk, and the sidewalk is knee-deep in snow. Less than a block and a half from my dentist's office, I slipped off of the top of one of those piles of snow, and I believe I broke my heel on my right foot. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been in a whole bunch of pain, and I can't get in to see a podiatrist until the 19th of January. I could have gone into the emergency room, but that's real expensive. So even with my medical care, that's really expensive. So I've been limping around. Also, of course, we did have the Christmas holiday, and it was quiet. Mrs. Squinty's birthday is Christmas Eve, so I had to have separate gifts for her birthday, and I did. I'm a good boy, good husband. So we gave her birthday gifts, and we had a very quiet dinner on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, we planned to spend alone, but my mountainous friend, Wade, stopped by unexpectedly, and he brought a piece of meat for himself to cook, so the three of us had steaks together, and it was pleasant. New Year's Eve was just boring. I'm so used to working in bands on New Year's Eve. It's my favorite and least favorite night to play. It's my favorite because, at least where I live, musicians typically earn double on New Year's Eve. You get paid once for the old year and once for the new year by custom. So it makes a lot of money. Usually the bars or hotels or places I play will have a buffet for New Year's Eve, so the band gets to eat, which is nice. It's always a nice bonus when the band gets to eat and drink with the partygoers. And that's why it's my favorite night, but it's my least favorite night because it is amateur night. People who ordinarily do not drink think that they can go out on New Year's Eve and drink hearty. You can't. Sorry, you're an idiot. You fall down, you cause problems, you get confrontational, you knock people's drinks over. I had my keyboard destroyed once on a New Year's Eve when a very friendly drunk coming up to ask for a particular song spilled his freshly poured 18-ounce beer directly into my keyboard instrument and destroyed a $2,000 keyboard. So this is why I don't really like playing on New Year's Eve, even though I like playing on New Year's Eve. But I haven't played in a band for a while, so we just don't go out on New Year's Eve. Don't want to face all the amateur drunks. So we stayed home, and I think I was in bed by 10:30, which is further proof I'm an old man. So anyway, those are the reasons between the holidays and getting hurt, and also Betsy has been very sick with the rhinovirus. And, you know, I've been taking care of her, limping around on crutches, trying to bring her hot tea. It's been a mess. But the foot isn't feeling much better, but Betsy's rhinovirus is better. So little steps, baby steps. So that's why I haven't been around. And I should, because I've got snuffs to review for you. I've got this box from Janta Naswar, 8-photo, the playing card box. And these are all Rustica-based snuffs. There are a dozen sample sizes in here. And I really need to get to reviewing these, but I've been reluctant. I am rethinking my relationship with Rustica. Rustica, contrary to the snuff literature that I'm seeing all over, Rustica is not technically tobacco. Rustica is a completely different species of plant. Same genus as tobacco, but it's a distant cousin. It's actually closer, Rustica is actually closer to a plant called deadly nightshade, or belladonna. Unlike tobacco, Rustica does have alkaloids in it, which are mildly hallucinogenic. I think they're called antheogens, or entheogens. I'm not a chemist, I'm not a biochemist, nor am I a botanical chemist, but I can tell you that let's put it this, excuse me, let's put it this way. If tobacco were marijuana, Rustica would be mushrooms, if that makes sense. It is beyond the sensations that you would expect with tobacco, focusing of attention, calm, energy, whatever. It's trippier to take, for want of a better word, to take Rustica. And I think that although a lot of Indian snuffs have always contained Rustica for years and years, centuries, but it really doesn't, Rustica really doesn't agree with my body. I don't like the way my body feels if I do, particularly if I do a lot of Rustica. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the aroma of Rustica, the native aroma of Rustica. To me, it smells like dirty feet. Not in such a disgusting way, but it's a little cheesy, it's a little funky. And it's not really a great tobacco smell. The only thing it has to offer are the psychological and physiological effects, I think. And, you know, if you need to smoke crack instead of snorting cocaine, you'll go for the Rustica. If you need the mushrooms instead of just smoking a joint, you're going to go to the Rustica. But to call it tobacco as we understand tobacco, I think is misleading. And I really am worried about nicotine excess, nicotine overdose. And I wonder if there aren't other components of the Rustica that will have unpleasant long-term effects. I don't know that. My intuition is handle with care. So I will review these, but I've got to develop a little intestinal fortitude, I think, before I bust into this box. And like I said, there are 12 different ones. I'm going to try this one because I know it's what it is. I'll do this one on camera. This is just the plain, I think that it's called standard in this box. Most of these are named after playing cards or suits. There's a joker, there's a queen, there's a heart, a spade, diamond. You know, it's basically playing card themed, except for standard and special. Special is the standard, but with medication added to it, menthol and so on. But this is just the plain. This is called standard. No, it's not. What the hell am I smelling here? This is not the standard. Wow, this is fine. Shit. That's pleasant. Again, that funky smell. This would not, in any way, none of these will become everyday snuffs for me, and I am unlikely to buy them again. I've got plenty of better snuffs, at least based on the one I just sniffed. I've got plenty of better snuffs containing Rustica, including another one from Jantanaswar, which is the Dragon Madras, which I really love. Madras snuffs are sautéed in clarified butter, ghee. And as a result, they are nicely moist. They have this buttery biscuit sort of scent to them. Super pleasant, the Madras snuffs. And it even obscures the smell of the Rustica that's in here. It's just a better snuff. And it will rock your world. If you are nicotine naive, you need to be really careful with the Dragon Madras. If you are used to high levels of nicotine, have at it. You're going to love it. But the fact of the matter is that this is very strong. And people who are just starting out with snuff might not be able to handle it. And I'm not saying that lightly. This is really strong. I'm trying to get it open. This is a virgin tub. I might need to find a little kniffy or something to open it with. Maybe I got a little knife here. Or maybe I can use my fingernail. Well, let's try it both ways. Yeah, the fingernail ain't working. I don't have enough nails. What did I do with my little knife? I have a little knife here. And it is a little knife. It's a pen knife. Just to get these packages open. No, I do not want Delta 8 THC legal cannabis. I've got a bag of that here. Legal cannabis. I never thought I'd be saying those words back in 1974, 72, when I started smoking weed. I never thought ever in my life that I would hear the phrase legal cannabis. And now, because it comes from the male plant and is therefore called hemp, under the 2018 Farm Bill, I just dropped all of those snuffs on the floor. The whole Jantanaswar box. They just fell off my desk.
Brightness at 104. Stop taking video, but pause video, please. Pause video.
Well, Christ, they went all over the floor. I still can't find one of them. I realize this floor is a mess and I need to vacuum it. But I'm missing one of the 12 sample things still. Oh, Paul, you are a moron. At times. Anyway, that's it from the dank basement. Yes, you can see in the interim I've ditched the bathrobe of doom and I've gotten dressed, showered, shampooed, and shaved for your viewing pleasure. And if you get viewing pleasure from that, you've got a very low threshold of viewing pleasure. Thanks for watching.